One of the things that can be daunting is coming up with a plan. And our approach in working with various firms who are either being seeded or thinking about launching is to really make sure that you have a target and a goal that is reasonable, but also that you have a way to get there. And sometimes that's going to be a combination of short-term and longer-term objectives. And having a goal for the timeline of a fundraise is also really interesting. And obviously, things will, go in different directions. There might be fits and starts with investor conversations. We all know the sales cycle for a lot of, particularly institutional investors, can be quite long. So one shouldn't be discouraged if a conversation that starts on day one doesn't come to fruition maybe until day 365. That might be an expectation. But with that said, having some milestones and metrics to be able to measure success is important. So I think having a lot of initial conversations and trying to move all those conversations to subsequent stages with a little bit more depth and analysis, occurring at each step of the process is one way to measure that there is some traction being made. But ultimately, there has to be some, kind of line in the sand in terms of having deal closings and thinking about getting, dollars in the door in order to invest. So mindful of being aggressive appropriately, but also knowing that sometimes that fundraising cycle may take longer than expected. I think it's also important to think about, RFPs, having a standard kind of answer set to be able to go back to investors with as they're diligencing, the firm, but also be nimble and flexible and kind of at, the will and whim of the investor, able to answer things off the fly or, engage in conversations that might dig in on a specific investment idea or team dynamics or anything that might be of a focus for the investment community.